The act of publishing your book is kind of shrouded in mystery, and no one ever seems to know quite how to do it. I'm going to break it down for you as best as I possibly can so you can at least understand the mechanics of how it works. First things first, you're going to want to make sure that your manuscript is completely done. That means you've gone through and made sure your grammar is as good as you can possibly make it on your own, and that you've checked for plot holes or unnecessary characters, gotten rid of the worst writing, and really made the best parts shine. Now you're going to want to start looking for an agent. The easiest way to do that is to go to agentquery.com. Agentquery.com is super helpful. There's a drop-down tab, and all you have to do is search for agents who represent the kind of work you've written. Some agents only want your query letter, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but some will ask for the first 10 pages of the first 3 chapters. Whatever it is that person specifically asks for, give them that and only that. Next, you're going to want to write a killer query letter. Query letters are just letters that you send to agents to tell them about your manuscript. You talk about the book a little bit, you talk about yourself a little bit, and then you ask if they'd like to see more. That's all. You're going to want to tailor your query letters to each individual agent. Not every person likes the same thing, and you might not talk to one person the way that you would talk to another. So go ahead and make them each personal. Some people let you send query letters by email, which is fantastic. You could get a response in the same day. But some people still like to do it by post, and if so, you're going to have to print out a lot of stuff. Make sure that you have a quality printer or access to one. I would recommend sending out your query letters at about 10 at a time. As soon as you get one rejection, send another one out. Just keep it going. And once you start sending out your query letters, then the waiting game begins. And while you're waiting, you just have to brace yourself for rejections. You will get a lot of rejections. A lot. And it might take you a long time to even get those rejections. For instance, I got rejected for somebody else's work. I don't know who wrote The Green Turban, but I got rejected for it. And my first round of query letters were sent out in November of 2008. It's August of 2009, and I just got a rejection this week, and my book's already out. Once your queries are out there, you'll start getting responses. Some of them will be rejections, but you'll also get agents who want to hear more. Whatever your agent asks for, whether it's 3 chapters for the entire novel, make sure you send it in a way that's accessible. Don't send 14 different chapters as 14 different files. That's just exhausting. And then the waiting game starts again. If you're lucky, an agent will write you back and tell you that your novel's fantastic and give you lots of encouragement, and they'll represent you, and after that, the work's pretty easy. But with the economy and the market being the way it is right now, that's actually a long shot. What do you do if you put so much of yourself into this book that you absolutely love and can't bear not sharing? Well, you can put it on the shelf for a little while. Wait and see if the market bounces back, and then try with another round of query letters in about a year or so. If you're like me and ridiculously impatient, you can try self-publishing. Self-publishing is where you pay a fee to have your book printed. More than likely, you'll get to pick the cover art, and pieces of your book that others might have wanted to edit out, you don't have to. But there's a lot of prejudice against self-published books because, well, anyone can do it. And because anyone can do it, that means there's a lot of crap out there. Some of the writing is actually fantastic. Books like Aragon, The Shack, and Still Alice were all originally self-published novels that got picked up by large book companies. That doesn't happen a lot, but it happens sometimes. If you decide to go the route of self-publishing, know that you're going to be doing a lot of work on your own. You're in charge of promoting your book and making sure that it has legs. Nobody's going to be doing it for you. With self-publishing, almost all of your sales are going to be on the internet. If you got your heart set on seeing your book on a shelf in the bookstore, you're probably going to be very disappointed. It rarely happens. But if you really care about your characters, and you really love your story, and you don't care if you only sell 5 copies of your book, so long as that means you got to share your story with other people, then self-publishing might be the way to go. At the end of the day, if you want to publish your book because you think you'll be famous or make a lot of money, you're going to be very, very disappointed. That's just not how it works. Really, this is all just scratching the surface. With publishing, there's so much more you can talk about, but at least you have an idea of how to get your foot in the door now. Best of luck, guys. Keep writing.